Welcome to our guests from CJP. Thank you, Wendy and Dan, for this morning, for helping make this possible, and to everyone else who also helped make this possible, who was on that mission. Barry, welcome. We love having you here. Our shared missions are so intertwined, and this program is just one, but a beautiful, shining example of how Gann's mission and vision of developing the next generation of leaders for whom Jewish identity, but also a deep relationship with Israel, is central to their identities and to our community, is just so aligned with CJP, and you've made it a priority, and it's one of the things that makes Boston such a unique and special community. Thank you to all the CJP professionals who are here in Gann, and in particular I want to give a thank you and a shout out to the educators who have built this program and made this possible. Our Gann educators, Ayelet and Jerona, who are here, if you haven't met them. And there are others as well who work with them on their team, and Simcha, I didn't see you, and Simcha, who are on their team, and of course Gitzik and Moshika, who are here, who brought their students here, but are so much more than escorts on this program. I want to just share a couple minutes about the history of this Mifgash and this relationship, because I think for me, it actually builds upon Dan's words about your mission, and illustrates why this is so critical, what is unique about this program, where I think we need to go from here, and how it connects to what we're all trying to do with Israel and America. I would sum it up this way with two Hebrew words. Over the last several years, really thanks actually to CJP's investing in deepening the school-to-school partnership, this program has gone from a bikur to a mifgash. I think that's the best way I would put it. A bikur, can I get an American to tell me what bikur means? A visit. It's a visit. And a mifgash, anyone have a good word for mifgash? Meeting. I think meeting doesn't even capture it, unless you go with some kind of really deep spiritual concept of meeting. It's an encounter. It is like an engagement. It is a meeting on the deepest level. It is a dialogue. It is getting inside the life and mind and heart and experience of the other, as a community and as individuals. So much of Israel for American Jews is a taste. That trip to the Kotel, to swim in Masada, 5 minutes with real live Israelis who maybe are on your bus on a birthright. And for Israelis, of course, America can be a caricature in terms of what America even has to offer the Jewish people, if you're not living there. And I think one of the things that we're trying to do is to move beyond the caricature of a relationship. I think getting American Jews to Israel whenever we can is critical. Birthright is phenomenal, but birthright is a shot in the arm. The power of birthright is what we do when people come back. It's a shot in the arm. This is deep, this is sustained, and starting in high school for Americans and Israeli kids to say, look, you are part of a worldwide Jewish community. You have a tremendous opportunity and a responsibility to the future of the Jewish people, and it is only going to happen when you do it in relationship with Jews around the world, in particular in partnership with Israelis and North American Jews. As I would say, there's, to me, the only thing more inspiring and more powerful than seeing what high school students do is seeing what high school students do when they're together with each other, because it's extraordinary. What we've learned from this Mifgash, when we've taken it from a nice trip to Boston and a nice trip to Haifa to a real engagement around big issues, like what does it mean to be a teenager, a Jewish teenager in the world? What does it mean to be a Jew? What do we do with our heritage, and what are we going to do with our future? How do we wrestle with the diversity of ideas and values and expressions of Judaism that here we see a lot of, and in Israel I think they'd like to see more of? These are the questions that you guys are not only going to wrestle with, but you guys are going to have to answer these for the Jewish people. Very shortly, we need you. Our future needs you, and that's the foundation of this entire Mifgash, is to put our future in your hands and to charge you to see beyond the four walls, the Daled Amot of your school or your community, to realize you are part of something much larger than yourselves. It is so critical, and I'll tell you, it is. I've gotten to speak and spend some time with our Aroni Hay guests who are really our extended family, and to see our school and our community through your eyes, to see the questions you've raised and the observations you've had is extraordinary. I hope it's been impactful for you, but it's incredibly, incredibly powerful for us to have you here, and I know the same is true for you when we come there. And just seeing the journeys, seeing the growth is inspiring. We need to continue it. We need to get more of our kids to Israel for longer periods of time, and we need to find ways to address this. It's always too short, that Dan talked about, but I got to tell you, better to leave them wanting more. And my blessing to all of you, my gratitude, first of all, again, and my blessing to all of you is that this was just the beginning, and that you leave, if nothing else, you leave here knowing that there is tremendous depth to American Judaism, and that our kids understand there's tremendous depth and complexity to what it means to be a Jewish teenager in Israel, and that you want to know more. This is not a caricature, this is not a one-time thing, but through video conferencing, through visiting. When we go there, we know we have family in Haifa. You know you're welcome to come back here, and you have family here. And this should just be the beginning of a relationship that will add meaning to your lives for many, many years to come, so that you can add meaning and empowerment to the Jewish future and to our communities for many, many years to come. So thank you for being here. I look forward to seeing you in Haifa when I'm there in a few weeks. And thank you to everyone for helping to make this amazing experience possible.